I'm not going back out. If the fog doesn't lift and he pushes off, I'm staying here. It's the complete most ridiculous thing he's ever done.
Hold on, guys, hold on! Keep going,
Things are going so wrong right now. I feel like crap. It's just been cold, it's been rainy, it's just not good. It's one of those moments where, you know, you just wish you were doing a shorter expedition and it was almost over.
Brett's plan is simple. Lead an expedition to rediscover the Mississippi River. Rowing past great American cities and into the forgotten wilderness of the American heartland, this 2,400-mile journey will push south for the Gulf of Mexico. Brett and his first mate, Cliff, set out to build a modern-day interpretation of a Hudson Bay York boat. Her name is Annie, and she will cost $25,000 to build from the bottom up. Using white oak for the frame and marine plywood for the hull, Annie will measure 32 feet in length with a 7-foot beam and weigh over 800 pounds empty. For over 200 years, the York boat dominated the waters of North America. York boats are stable enough to cross the Great Lakes, yet with a small draft and a flat-bottom design, they can navigate the shallowest of rivers. For navigation, Annie will be steered by a helmsman. With the addition of a centerboard and mast, she has a capability to be both rowed and sailed. The team's mission is to live and document the modern-day story of the Mississippi River. The mission supports a water-based charity in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Lower Mississippi River Keeper. If the team reaches the Gulf of Mexico, Brett will donate Annie to the River Keeper, marking the completion of the mission. The Mississippi River is the world's third largest river system, but it begins small and unassuming. As it crisscrosses through a series of lakes and wetlands, it resembles more of a stream than the mighty river it will eventually become. Brett and Cliff set out to drive Annie from Ontario, west to the Mississippi headwaters, where they will rendezvous with the rest of their team.
I think once we get past all the portages, the York boat will be a huge advantage over a canoe or a kayak or anything like that. But no doubt, for the beginning, these portages are going to be tough.
I seem to do this every time we go away. Oh no, I'm just perfect. You look great. See? Now I have a headband too.
Joining Brett and Cliff is Kyle, the expedition photographer, Magnus, the Australian, and Sarah, the only female on the team. It's day one of the expedition. The headwaters are shallow and the current is weak. It'll be a slow grind from here to the Twin Cities. Only 7 miles into their journey, they reach their first portage, an early test for the team.
So not only do we have to pull the boat out of the water, we have to go up a gradual slope. Once we get to the top, would be a great tobogganing hill to bring the York boat down. We have some nice big steps with gravel in between. clips attach the wheels into the 4x4 and it rolls.
Okay, let's try that.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Keep going.
1, 2, down. We're on the grass. Just gotta go downhill now.
What we have here is a block and tackle. All it is a pulley system. It goes through, in this case, 4 pulleys, so it would be multiplied by 4. One person probably could pull 800 pounds all by himself. Because we're going down the hill, we're just gonna use it as our safety. We're just gonna slowly let it out.
Watch it, Sarah.
Get it, buddy.
Step.
There's something to be said about traveling on the water and something to be said about adventure and how it connects to our spirit as people. I'm on the river, I got a great team, and I have a cool boat, and we have a huge expedition in front of us. I'm on the Mississippi, Old Man River.
Broken. Oh, we're beached. That's good.
Broke a centerboard. On the verge of being electrocuted potentially. What do you think, Cliff?
I don't know. Close.
And it's really murky, we can't see. And the centerboard just hit a rock and snapped. So the centerboard was working great. It's now completely destroyed.
Steering, Magnus.
Yeah, throw it back on.
With their centerboard broken, this is not the break the team needed.
Yeah, we broke our centerboard on a rock.
Well, we got saws, everything here.
Yeah, all right.
Come, get your measurements, come on in, man.
That, okay, so we need something like that. Okay.
Maybe all your rounds, yeah.
Well, just when we thought we were gonna get ahead of schedule, our axle broke and we have a flat tire. Our biggest concern is just damaging the bottom of the boat. I think eventually we're gonna have to get our hoist up somehow, patch repair job, because the last thing we want is a hole.
Come on, push! Push! Push!
Oh, the axle's holding up. Careful, it's slippery when we get in the water.
The days that follow prove even less productive. A dry summer and never-ending dams force the team to spend as much time on land as they do on the river. Brett acquires a second wheel to streamline the portaging, but he quietly begins to wonder if he underestimated the Mississippi River.
I've never been down a river that's so engineered by humans, so there's no current. Every single minute is committed to either packing up, either moving on the river, or unpacking. Those are the three things we do. We don't do anything else.
Feel the rhythm, feel the bread, get on up, it's portage time!
I read in an email from Brett that said, the first bit might be a little bit slow because there's some portages. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds pretty good. Don't know what that is. I'm sure we'll work it out. I found out that actually portaging is carrying your boat across dry land. Thought it was more about going with the flow of the river, maybe putting up a sail, none of this carrying it rubbish.
Full water. Join back in. Together, boys. Hard, hard, hard.
Tank, how's the look up there?
One here, but it's too late, so hopefully you go over it. Oh, keep going down the center. Didn't even see that one.
Together. A little bit harder on starboard.
Port only! Port only!
Hard on port. Hard on port.
Everybody together! We're running the rock! And when we go through rocks again, we're only going to run 2 oars. And they're going to be the small oars because we just can't keep up.
With over 2,000 miles to row before reaching the Gulf of Mexico, the team is well aware that navigating their wooden boat will continue to be a challenge in these shallow waters.
Hold water, hold water, hold water. Good job, Nick.
And we just started taking a look when we were taking a break here, and the whole bow of the boat is rotting out. There's big chunks of fiberglass out. So we have the protection underneath. You can see underneath that it's fine. But you come into here and this is just taking a beating. We gotta reinforce the entire bottom of the boat. It's gonna put us behind schedule a bit.
The team catches the attention of local businessman Marty Johnson, who works near the river. Marty generously offers his tools and garage so the team can make the necessary repairs.
We get this fixed and we're pushing because there's a lot of middle in this expedition. There's a lot of middle. There's a beginning and there's an end, and there's a lot of middle.
Already behind schedule, the expedition is put on hold. The team will fix Annie now rather than risk destroying her further down the river.
Okay, you can drop her down.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna wheel it all the way to the Gulf. I think over the long run, it's the easiest way.
With Annie reinforced and a new wheel system in place, hopes are high that better days are ahead. Throughout the headwaters, the river is riddled with low-lying hydro lines and bridges, all of which require a constant lookout.
You'll make it.
Hold water! Hold water! Back water.
Still have a mast, yes we do. Thank goodness. I thought we were gonna make it and I would have kept going also. I would have done the same thing Brett did, but I'm glad he was there, not me.
We're in a maze of meandering Mississippi. It's just been a cold, damp day, and it's turn after turn, and you can't get any momentum. It's been a struggle today.
I feel like I'm gonna vomit, actually. I think it's a lack of warm coffee or warm liquids. I would do almost anything for a cup of coffee right now. A cafe mocha would be even better.
To ease the burden of rowing and with the current all but gone, the team drops down to 2 oars. They try their luck at sailing.
Speed? Let's drop sail and 4 people rowing again.
My shoulders are gonna fall off. I would have loved to sail right now. It would have been a great break from rowing.
I don't know. I think we should just wait until we get out into the big water. Let the river open up so there's more room for wind to actually catch our sail.
The team is averaging 10 miles per day, a far cry from the 24 miles Brett had projected. With darkness falling, they try to make up for lost ground.
Can't see anything. It's like driving down the highway with your lights off and being like, am I in the right lane? That's pretty much what it's like.
Prepare to pull! Pull together!
By midnight, a sudden storm has caught the team off guard. With increasing wind, they scramble for land in a race to set up camp.
You gotta pull this over. Is there an extra strap even?
It's just crazy how things just change so quickly. There's no second chances. I think that's the main thing, is that you feel like you have control so quickly, you lose it. And when you lose that control, you're in a reactionary mode, and this was a good test.
The current finally begins to pick up. Hidden rocks present a new set of challenges.
Hold on, hard on port! Hold on, guys, hold on! Go! Watch your 2 legs. It's okay, we're okay.
See the lines right there, Sarah?
So there's just rocks everywhere, and it's hidden usually underneath all this growth. So we've already had two pretty big impacts today. Even though our boat's been reinforced, we don't want to hit anything if we don't have to.
You're gonna want to stay really port of those rocks.
You rolling?
Yeah. There's a big stem impact there. Good thing we just put the bulletproof vest on a couple days ago. Because sure needed it today.
Hard on starboard. Hard. Okay, now together. Everyone jump in. Hold water on starboard. Hold water on starboard. Rock, left. Left where? Hold. There's one. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Big hit coming in.
That was not a good hit. I heard cracking. It's been a long day.
It's the longest day of our river lives. We'll be there by the time it's dark, hopefully.
Annie has taken her worst beating yet. The shallow, boulder-ridden river has Brett fearing the worst. He opts to row to the next portage, pull Annie out, and inspect her for damage.
There's a hole in the side of the boat. The stem on the bottom's completely shattered open. The river today was the most intense it's been. I knew the Mississippi would be a challenge. This is really our first test of non-portaging adversity. To bring a York boat down this is no easy feat, and we're finding that out.
The team catches another break. Brett realizes they are camped beside Larson Boats, a pleasure boat company that has been building boats for over 100 years. A phone call later, the president of Larson's has offered to fix Annie, free of charge.
Our boats are still on top of the water. Sounds like yours is going under. I'm Brett. Hi, Brett. I'm Brad. Hi, Cliff. Nice to meet you, Brett. Hi, Sarah.
We had a big impact. We're doing about 7 miles an hour, and the seaweed's just covering all the rocks, and can't see it, and we just went straight into it.
Are you thinking that you want us to glass up to your water line here?
If you would be more than willing to do that, that would be awesome.
Sometime I'll give you a holler.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brad.
All right.
Appreciate it. You bet. We got to get you back on the water.
A handful of good hearts set out to properly reinforce Annie once and for all.
Yeah, we're adding about 12, 14 inches of fiberglass, 2 inches below the yellow stripe on the boat. It's gonna add a lot of strength, add a bit of weight, but we're gonna free up weight. This is what we needed at the beginning.
They add 200 pounds of fiberglass to ensure the team will never have another issue like this again. In less than 24 hours, the fiberglass upgrade will be complete. Now 25 days into the expedition and 10 days behind schedule, the team resumes their push south. 4 days downriver, they will face their greatest obstacle yet. In the city of St. Cloud, there are 2 dams within an 8-mile stretch. Brett decides to portage around both of them at once. The Minnesota State Patrol and St. Cloud Police Department provide an escort through the night.
If you ever wanted to get in shape, roll a York boat for 8 miles.
I'm pretty amazed on how well and efficient you guys are. It's amazing. I'm getting motivated watching you guys. I'm ready to get out and push.
Just making sure I get my full body workout. Get the arms in the rowing, and the legs in pulling it.
Give this to my boy from Australia.
The hat?
The hat.
Are you serious? Really?
Does it fit?
Thanks,
Nice
man.
hat. You're welcome.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too. Take care, guys. Nice work.
.6 miles, so that's like, I don't know, 11, 12 kilometers. It's ridiculous. Yesterday we traveled like 4 miles on the river. So we smoked that. We're just gonna park it, set up a wall tent, and do what we usually do, and squat in places you're not supposed to camp.
With 3 days travel to reach the Twin Cities, expectations are high. The city is home to 3 million people and marks the end of the headwaters.
That's where they suck in all the water, and then those are the reactors there that basically steam being released. It's water being cooled off, and then it gets pumped back into the river. We'll be passing many more down the river and much bigger ones. So here's number one, nuke plant number one.
But it's a completely different river now. We're in the city of, millions of people. The wilderness is far, far away. We'll be back in it one day. We'll be back in small town America. But for now, we're in Minneapolis. St. Paul's just down there. But when we just were coming in last night, there's lots of industry, and we saw our first barge go by and a couple tugboats. And I mean, we're in the shipping channels now, and the dangerous part begins. And now we have tankers, we have tugboats, we have barges. It's going to be really interesting to see how we adapt.
The team approaches the first of a series of 30 locks and dams. Stretching from the Twin Cities to St. Louis, the locks and dams control water levels so tugboats can push corn, coal, and chemicals to world markets.
Let's go, oars, pull ahead. No turning back, folks.
Gravity will drop Annie and the team 50 feet to meet the river below.
That was my first lock experience, so quite enjoyed that. It's a lot nicer and easier than portaging, that's for sure.
See you downriver.
The team has officially reached the next leg of the expedition. They prepare to raise the sail. Hopes are high that smooth sailing is ahead.
Attaboy. Feels good to be out on sail. Finally.
Sail looks good, eh?
Favorable winds combined with a steady current has Annie traveling at a respectable pace.
Kick it around, buddy. Kick it around. That way, that way.
Hours go by. The wind grows in force. Old Man River's about to teach the team another lesson.
We're gonna need to drop anchor. Oh, we just broke our stick. We might be able to sail if we can chop her down. Keep pulsing, or prepare to pull together.
With their masts snapped, strong winds hammer the boat. Brett pushes the crew on, determined to reach the next lock to escape the strong winds of the open water.
Pretty hairy. Pretty crazy. Not many people would do that.
With the first good beach in sight, the team makes for shore.
It's been a hairy day, ladies and gentlemen, but we've made it to another state.
Wisconsin!
Oh my god! Aren't you supposed to put in that tube?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I think it bit me in the face. Your beard burnt?
What did that look like?
Here! Look under
Oh my god. It burned his beard off.
Did it really?
River bread. Let's call it that. I've never really made bread before. Seen it made. But I just love it so damn much that I just want it to be good.
With their first taste of the big river behind them, warm bread and hot chocolate, followed by nightly chores, cap off the evening.
Saving this for tomorrow morning. So when I wake up, I'll have this lovely, beautiful bread to eat before we have oatmeal on the river.
"10 miles to the south, the team will make a quick landing at Prairie Island, the home of the Lakota Sioux. The team will meet Chief Redcloud, a respective native elder. He will bless their journey with a smudging ceremony.
As a Lakota people, and as the people of this land, they say that the water is sacred. It's the most powerful medicine in the world. We cry water coming down, the tears of happiness, the tears of sadness, the tears of loneliness, all of this, it's all water.
Brett organizes the team to row in 20-minute shifts. When someone is not rowing, they must steer the boat to avoid obstacles. For the duration of the expedition, the team will row between 8 to 15 hours a day. Yet the biggest challenge is securing their drinking water.
That's good. This is all the film.
Look at that brown.
Every 3 days, the team must search for their drinking water. For the entire expedition, the river is too polluted to drink. The further south they go, the worse the water quality will get. From Baton Rouge on, the river will become a toxic brew of raw sewage, phosphates, and industrial chemicals. By that point, the river won't be safe enough to swim in, let alone touch.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. I didn't think it'd slow us down this much though. It's amazing how slowly you go when the wind's not with you.
With high winds, heavy rain, and a 30-mile lake to cross, Brett opts to play it safe. With the expedition on hold, he goes fishing with a commercial fisherman.
Today's kind of a bad day with the wind. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a brutal net pulling, let me tell you.
With over 120 species of fish native to the river, it has long been a rich fishery for both commercial and sport fishermen.
You gonna eat it right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat her.
When you come out here on the lake, you go to your 4 nights, how many fish do you usually get, or do you hope to get?
I can get about 5,000 pounds of fish in here. Today I wouldn't want to do it with the wind, but it's a nice calm day, no problem. That's a $20 fish, don't want to let him go.
It's a flathead catfish.
Commercial fishermen can't be out here. Probably not safe to be out here in a York boat, so time to head in.
Oh, heavier than an oar.
We got 18 miles to cross a big lake like this, so when we got calm weather like this, we want to take advantage of it. But completely different lake than it was yesterday. Obviously you got to make distance when you can, but there comes a point too when, there's no point of going out there and being beat around by the wind when you're not going to make any distance. Pull together!
Despite the sleet and rain, progress continues. But the team's oars continue to break. They did not have enough time to build proper oars before setting out, and there are no spare oars left. Word of the expedition is spread down the river to Illinois. Riverkeeper Art Norris and his friends at Native Woods set out to craft authentic 16-foot Douglas fir oars.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're your masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, they're an oar and mast to be proud of. I think they'll carry you on down there good, and pleased to do it.
It's getting colder. It's colder than yesterday morning, but the sooner we get on it, the quicker we forget about the warmth of our sleeping bags that we had to get up and get away from.
With new oars on the way, Brett opts to make their greatest push yet, row 60 miles in one day. The rain holds off, but a cold front is pushing from the north. The coming night will see the temperature drop to well below freezing. In Dubuque, the National Mississippi River Museum has offered the team refuge in an old steamship. After 20 hours of rowing, by 2 a.m. the next day they have rowed 60 miles, more than doubling their previous record. Exhausted and cold, the team's confidence is at an all-time high.
This is where the crew of Annie will sleep while we're here in Dubuque.
It's like residence. It's like a hostel. I can't wait to sleep on these beds. It's gonna be a dream come true in this warmth.
As the team waits for Art to deliver their oars, Brett takes the opportunity to meet another river rat, Ike Hastings, a local legend who built his own paddle wheeler.
I'm 85. I'll probably go another 20 years without any problem. And I'll probably enjoy the 20 years. That's not going to be sitting in an old folks' home somewhere. This is a little 2-cylinder diesel here with a turbo. And I go to sleep.
As you drive?
Oh, quite hundreds of times. You don't sleep long though. You go to sleep and all of a sudden, whoa! It's just like running an outboard, reverse. Any speed you want in reverse, any speed you want forward. If you work your buns off coming down the river the way you guys are doing, it's something that's going to stick with you all your life. It's the best thing you could be doing. It shouldn't be just we remember old steamboat pilots, for cripe's sake. We need people today that think this is a great adventure and are doing it. Perpetuate this thing, because this is where it's at for my money. If you take a trip and it's all just smooth and comfortable, you hardly remember that trip. But you remember the ones where you had the big problems or darn near lost your boat and everything else. That's what's the ones you remember. So there's still all the adventure you want. You just have to make it and go for it.
Welcome to the boat shop. Look at all the old planes. Oh, that's gotta be yours.
I wonder if we can go in.
All but forgotten by the history books, the York boat was once the vessel of choice across the North American frontier.
This is definitely a York boat. There's no sail, but they didn't really sail back in the day, I don't think. I wonder how old this guy is. Are any? Would have put these boats to shame.
A lot lighter than I thought they'd be, that's for sure. But...
Oh boy!
Came from a railroad I-beam. And the first place that the railroad crossed the Mississippi was right there where them beams came from. So for these bridge beams to be a part of that, and then a part of your expedition is just an incredible, really neat story. Holman River, I grew up on it. I swam in it as a child. I think they're the veins of the country, and I think they're like our lifeblood. You can get a job, you can make $1 million, but if your environment's destroyed, what do you have? I mean, what's there to enjoy? It's an incredible risk. You're putting it all out there and you're taking a big chance on a little wood boat. Very few would go to the effort. And then there's very few that would do it without a gas engine. It's the greatest thing for that wood to be used for that, a railroad beam, to help you get to the Gulf. I think that is the neatest thing. It was meant to be, I believe.
Things are going so wrong right now. I feel like crap. It's just been cold, it's been rainy, it's just not good. Our sailing problems it's just an absolute disaster. We've gone 1,000 miles and we've sailed maybe 10 miles. It's one of those moments where, you just wish you were doing a shorter expedition and it was almost over.
Kick her sideways and paddle against the current.
I feel like vomiting. With a headache. Nausea. Running nose. No energy.
And what's it like rowing when you don't feel good?
Oh, you shit your eyes and pretend you're somewhere else. It doesn't work. You sure try.
As the days blend into weeks, the team rows into endless rain. October proves to be one of the wettest and coldest months on record. They must constantly bail rainwater from their boat. The dampness soaks into their bones. Sickness follows. Morale plummets. Rowing is the only way to keep warm.
We've been on the river for 2 months and 3 days. We are so far behind where I thought we'd be. I haven't relayed that on to the rest of the team. I did tell Cliff last night that, we have 1,300 miles to go. That would mean we would have to average 37 miles a day with no days off. A distance we have only done once in 1 day. The river for what it is, I've really learned to love it, and I've really learned to hate it. It's not even the factories that bother me and the pollution. It's the lack of current. It's the lack of free-flowing water. And it's just very disappointing to see this great and mighty river completely, dammed and locked up.
Okay, let's get ready to row here.
After 3 continuous weeks of cold and rain, the expedition slowly makes miles downriver. Brett knows he is pushing his team to the brink, but he has no choice. They are weeks behind schedule.
Holy smokes. Maybe that's an Asian carp. Because I had a fish jump right back here behind me a second ago.
It is an Asian carp. It scared the Asian carp? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe you just hopped in the boat.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Look how slimy he is.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Good.
No.
Well, that's what I was hoping to get. Really wasn't ready for that one.
The sun finally returns. The team pushes south for St. Louis.
And we're just about to go through our very last lock, and then it's free water from here all the way to the Gulf of Mexico.
Rising 30 feet in less than a week, the Mississippi's banks swell. Runoff from over 30 states has swollen the river. As they approach St. Louis, the city is inundated with water. The team bears witness to the largest fall flood on the Mississippi River in over 70 years.
I guess we've been told we're riding the crest of a beautiful wave of current that's making its way south. Like as you would in a household, it's like we all do get along, but there's definitely those little moments where you pick out those little things that just annoy you, but you just gotta let it. It's like you said, we're a river family, and you kind of gotta let that stuff go and just keep trucking.
It's going pretty well. It's hard to sum up 2 months in a short time, but it's gone well for the most part.
I think with the rain, definitely put a dampener on the trip a little bit. Comparing yourself to what you'd be doing back home is so different. I do sense a bit of a lull at the moment in the team, but I feel like everyone just wants to get to the end.
Annie and crew row through the port of St. Louis, humbled by Old Man River.
Got a barge there moving. Got a mega barge here moving. Another tow over there moving. And a tow coming this way. And that's just what I can see. So even though it's been raining lately and we've been going through the rain and it's been tough, that's the whole reason why we have this incredible strong current right now. And when we're not rowing, we're doing like 4.5 miles an hour. And when we are rowing, we're up to 6, 7 miles an hour. So that's a far cry from doing 2 or 3 miles an hour, which is what we've been used to. Another pull, another pull. Backwater on starboard. Backwater, everyone. Backwater, 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 backwater. Rope, rope.
Yeah, I'm starting to get pretty homesick with the trip. There's small things in life you really appreciate, and I know they'll be there when I get back, but right now it's just sort of like, man, what I'd love to just sit in front of the couch and watch some football.
A couple months now with everyone. You know, your patience gets tried. I might end up snapping or saying something, telling somebody off. I don't foresee me being homesick either.
You can see where I am right now. 7 hours ago was underneath the water. I had to keep moving the boat out last night just to make sure Annie didn't get beached. So that's our danger now, is that the river's come up so high so quickly, and now it's gonna be dropping. So you pull in and you're like, oh, I found a good campsite. Then you wake up the next day and your boat is completely out of the water. All the buoys in the water, the green and red markers, they're all out of whack. So they're on this big concrete slab with a chain, and the currents shift them all around. They're all over the place. We have no idea, you know, where they are half the time. You're going down the river and sometimes they just pop up. You hit them and they're gonna flip your boat. I was hoping to do some 24-hour rowing. You know, I don't know if it's the best idea with those dangers in the water.
With the river so high, all low-lying areas, from parks to parking lots, are completely flooded out. With barges stretching longer than 2 football fields, the team faces the daunting challenge of navigating a busy, flooded river.
Sheer power of the river and how much it can go up and down as we're seeing now with the flood state. And I think just people forget that now we're in a huge body of water that could just suck you down and bury you, give you a water grave in no time. Well, like, I'm not the most educated in the world. I graduated grade school and that's all I graduated. But the river is kind of a school of its own, and it's, well, I'm not going to drop out of that. The freedom of being able to float wherever you want, the power of the current. I don't think, this is definitely not my last river. I'll be a river rat, as they say, for life.
The current is strong and steady. After months of slow progress, the team is now averaging 40 to 60 miles per day. With such massive distance, Brett hopes to get the expedition back on schedule and enjoy the journey in the process.
I hate mornings.
Why do you hate the morning?
I don't like them.
You got to sleep in. It's 5:10.
Yeah. Yeah.
experienced our first big giant oxbow today. We got back up to 9-10 miles an hour after battling in the morning, early afternoon. We took an hour siesta today, which seemed to help get some energy back into us, and the wind died down when we got back out.
The crew uses the power of the sun to charge the phone and lights for camping. The explorers before them never had the luxury of electricity, let alone solar power. But they also never faced pollution, barges, locks, or dams. Yet some things, no matter what the century, stay the same.
30 miles by 11:15 in the morning. That's the byproduct. We started doing it in the headwaters because we didn't want to pee right into the river. So when we're on the boat, we have a bucket in the bow and stern. And then Sarah has her own, used to be our first aid kit.
Kind of dehydrated, but I took over the super first aid bin because I obviously can't aim very well.
You know, we're not impacting the river any more than we have to. We're running low on water. It's just an absolute challenge all the time to keep our water levels up, to make sure we're drinking enough. And we're on this freshwater river and it's too polluted to drink. And you just gotta wonder what it's like to live beside this sometimes.
I'm gonna have my daily drink of little Mississippi clean water. Tasty. Tastes like our water jugs, plasticky.
With only a day's worth of drinking water left, the team is forced to use the river to cook dinner. They will save their small amount of precious water for drinking.
We're down to about just under 5 gallons of water, or 16 liters, and you need a gallon a person per day. This is empty, this is empty, and our water bottles are all empty. Getting water will be, I think, one of our biggest challenges from here on in. So there's all the dangers, but then there's the reality that we always need water.
Thought I'd prepare some apple crisp. It's really easy. We have these apples that are gonna go bad that we won't really eat by themselves, so. What's better than a nice, freshly baked apple crisp?
I'm loving the river right now. I don't know, it's just something about it. It like lost its Mississippi feel for a bit for me, I think, and now it's back.
Just been hanging out and enjoying it. It's more how I pictured the trip to be. More of this, sandy embankments, just waking up to the sun, just being on your way.
I'm not really a toxicologist, but it tastes fine. But I mean, all the bad stuff you can't taste, so.
Water does not look clear.
Looks like urine.
There's a spider floating in our water. Not that my dirty fingers are any less appealing in our water.
With their drinking water refilled and traveling at record speeds, the team will arrive in Memphis, Tennessee in less than 2 days. Arriving in Memphis, the team welcomes a chance to clean up and replenish their food stores. They'll spend the night in the marina's laundry room before pushing off into the depths of the Deep South.
Now that we're in civilization, I'd like to not smell. Organized all of our meals for the next 3 weeks. Packaged, so we just pull off the bag every night. I always have some sort of starch and then some protein, either beans or tuna. For starch, it's either pasta or rice or potatoes. Some canned vegetables and some kind of sauce, tomato sauce or a soup or something too.
Pushing south, the days blend into weeks. The team has reached the state of Mississippi, from which this mighty river takes its name.
Sarah and I have gone on a recon mission to the cotton fields of Mississippi. I've never seen cotton in person before. You know, deep history here. Cotton's king. We're in cotton king country. Piece of Mississippi cotton. It's so soft. Crazy. So much pain and suffering and environmental damage to grow a little piece of fluff.
Only 200 years ago, the Mississippi resembled the Amazon River. Before the fields of cotton, soy, and corn, over 20 million acres of bottomland swamp dominated this region. An ancient civilization known as the Mississippians once thrived here. They lived amongst the alligators, jaguar, deer, and crawfish. In fact, these swamps are 4 times more bioproductive than the wetlands of the Florida Everglades. Yet with the recent conversion of forest to farmland, less than 1% of the cypress swamp still stands today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you.
Prepare to row. Row together.
And that was the birthday. Get rolling.
People always give me credit because I'm the only girl going down the river with 5 guys. but I don't deserve any more credit than you guys because I'm doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Like, we're 6 people going down, not 5 guys and a girl going down the rivers.
Long and strong.
From the onset of the Civil War, control of the Mississippi River was strategically critical to both the Union and Confederate forces. Controlled by the Confederates, in May of 1863, Union forces, 45,000 strong, set out to take Vicksburg once and for all.
The war can never be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket. That was the importance of Vicksburg. It's also called the Gibraltar of the South because of these bluffs here. It's very hard to take. Grant tried many times to get into the city.
So why did the war actually happen? What was the main?
The North was very industrialized. The South was not. South didn't have industry. They had cotton, and the cotton was being heavily taxed. All right, come on through here. The river was important to Vicksburg and all these port cities that you've passed through. That's the way all of the commodities were shipped out. Cotton was being exported from here to all ports in the world. It always has been home. I've always lived within, maybe a couple of miles of the river.
The expedition is behind schedule. Magnus only has so many days before he has to leave the crew. The team pushes hard before they are down a man.
You know, there's pressure on now. We gotta move, we gotta make distance, and we can't afford to have bad days of weather or anything like that. I was crunching out my notebook, just trying to figure out all the dates. As of now, it looks like the expedition's probably gonna go 2 weeks longer than I thought. Magnus has to leave by the end of the month or before, so we have a huge distance to cover in an increasingly shrinking amount of time.
It's nearing the end of the trip, and Magnus is leaving soon, which I'm sad about. Him and I are good buds, and I'll be really sad to see him leave. Our trip is gonna be completely different without him. It's gonna change the whole dynamic of the team.
The early morning is actually really beautiful. You've got the sun rising, it's dead calm, it's quiet, it feels like nothing in the world is awake yet, and you feel like you're grasping the most of your day. It's such a surreal feeling to be here right now, at the end of a great adventure.
The most dangerous stretch of the river is approaching, and Magnus is leaving. Soon to be down a rower, Brett must replace him. If he cannot find a replacement, the team will be forced to drop from 4 to 2 rowers.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Thanksgiving!
At Baton Rouge, the team will be greeted by the Lower Mississippi River Keeper, to whom Brett will hand Annie over to when the expedition is complete. Here, Magnus will leave the team.
I've loved the river all my life. It is the river that Mark Twain talked about. Even though we've become more disconnected, which is why I love this project so much, is to reconnect us to life itself. We're mostly water. It's a dream come true for me. Absolutely.
She's a beautiful boat. Miss her. See Annie?
Going down, maybe.
Brett's friend John Ruskey makes his way south to join the team. John will replace Magnus for the last leg of the expedition as they make their final push for the Gulf of Mexico.
It's one of the defining natural features of North America. It's as significant as the Rocky Mountains or Appalachia, and the river defines so much of this country. People in their normal everyday lives don't have much interaction with rivers. Usually it's going over a river on a highway bridge. When you fall off the small mountain, you fall a small ways, but when you fall off the big mountain, you fall a long ways. And on the Mississippi, if things go wrong, you're going the long distance, not the short distance.
I feel a lot of confidence in Brett. I trust his experience beyond his years. Of course, I know that between Baton Rouge and New Orleans is, to me, the most dangerous part of the river. So you're riding the back of the dragon.
I'm anxious to get to the Gulf of Mexico. Just anxious to get to the end and complete the journey.
From here south, the river morphs into one of the world's busiest navigation channels, known by some as Cancer Alley. Safe passage here is far from guaranteed.
Prepare to pull! Pull together! We're rowing and we just went past 4 big tankers. Pretty wild. They're all from a bunch of countries that no one's ever heard of. And they're enormous. They're like floating cities.
Progress remains steady, but finding a campsite in this industrialized landscape is nearly impossible.
Evening swim, anybody? Refresher?
Yesterday we're rowing down and we're trying to find a place to camp, and there was a discharge, a little pool, and I turned the boat in, and there, beautiful pelican hanging from fishing line, upside down.
I had two things that came to me about it. It was incredibly grotesque and disturbing to see that. But it was very beautiful at the same time. You know, the way it was strung up like this, and its head was hanging down. But just the shape of the wings and the way the head was laying down. It was a beautiful shape too at the same time.
There's no bird that flies like the pelican, and to see one just hanging from a tree was so heartbreaking. And it just really symbolizes what this landscape is like. It's the human machine versus nature.
got so much traffic, and it's not just barges anymore. You have these massive ocean liners, and when they come by, the bow of the boat has this little kind of nugget almost on the bottom of it, I guess, if they hit something, and the water that picks up on there and rises almost goes to the height of our boat. It dwarfs you. It dwarfs you pretty good, you know. I look back and I don't really wish I was back anywhere. I really enjoyed each section we were in, and I'm really interested for what's next. I'm in awe of all this. And at the same time, I know how close we are, but it's not over yet.
Back on the river, the team expects to reach New Orleans by nightfall. Only 10 miles from the historic French Quarter, the team makes camp in a boggy mess, squeezed between the river and the levee. New Orleans is notorious for its love-hate relationship with the Mississippi River. The levees protect and at the same time make the city that much more vulnerable to disaster.
Right over here is a hospital. The levee's right on the other side. I'm just gonna show you where we are in relation to the river and the levee. So it's just so crazy that the river is higher than the city. So the levee is the only thing that separates the mighty Mississippi from New Orleans. So you can see why New Orleans is so vulnerable.
In 2005, Hurricane Katrina and the subsequent failure of the levees laid havoc on the Gulf Coast, causing $80 billion in property damage and the loss of over 1,800 lives. A chapter in American history, still visible years after the disaster.
Everyone's felt sick at some point today. I felt sick this morning when the winds changed. Everything from here up to where we were camped was blowing right in our faces. I feel a little nauseated about going swimming right now.
It was kind of a wake-up call to know how small we really are, how big the ships are. I was nervous the whole time, coming through that ship traffic. I'm looking forward to the end of the expedition, but no, I'm not really looking forward to going home. Because at home are bills, work. I mean, out here is just life at leisure. I'm definitely gonna miss life on the river. I know I'll miss life on the river.
Well, right now it's raining and it's really foggy, so it's going to be hard for big ships and barges to see us. So we just got to be alert. I mean, you can see pretty good about half a mile ahead of you. After that, it's just white.
With a major storm system pushing north from Mexico, Brett knows his window of opportunity will soon disappear. As the fog rolls in, Brett rolls the dice. It's an incredible risk, but it's now or never if they're gonna beat the storm.
Water on port. Full on starboard. Backwater on port.
All right, yeah, I'm going alongside it to turn 22 out there. I'll be by you in a second.
Pull together.
Brett rolled the dice, took a shot. Now, after 4 hours of weaving through the fog, the crew takes a break on land.
I'm not going back out. If the fog doesn't lift and he pushes off, I'm staying here. Complete most ridiculous thing he's ever done.
The fog moves on, but southern winds and 4-foot waves have made the river equally daunting. Stubborn and determined, the team pushes south.
We've gone 11 miles in like 6 hours. Getting to the Gulf of Mexico, we gotta do more than 11 miles a day. And today we really accomplished nothing. This is the highest ground we're gonna find. So if it pours down, it runs right off, well off the side of the tent to keep us dry. Staying dry at nighttime is a top priority, and that sounds like a very obvious thing, but it's a very tough thing to do on expedition.
Yes, I'm looking very forward to completing the journey. I can't wait to finally accomplish our goal after everything we've been through.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. There we go. Some more bullshit, followed by more bullshit. I have no idea what the plan is tomorrow. Don't really care. We're getting there. Blah, blah, blah. Whoop-de-doo.
Wave that comes in, there's a good chance it's gonna come right into the tent.
It's a fucking bullshit ride. It's just the wind coming off the river. That's the stupidest comment he's made on the trip. Fucking break that. I'm not happy.
The river has suddenly risen. Brett fears the next big wave could flood the tent. He orders everyone out of their sleeping bags to wait out the night.
Strong winds, lots of lightning. Not the best weather for the end of a trip, but you wouldn't think you'd make it to the end without one more test, would you?
"20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover." Mark Twain.
So after 110 days, 10 states, many trials and tribulations, we've reached the Gulf of Mexico.
With the expedition complete, Brett hands Annie over to the lower Mississippi Riverkeeper. From here on, Annie will stand guard over the Mississippi River for the rest of her days.